Hello everyone and welcome to the Deepbluerenegade podcast. My name is Molly, also known as the Deepbluerenegade, and I'd like to welcome you guys to episode 252. Today is Saturday, November 10th, 2018, and I'm glad you could join me today. There may be many cuts in this episode. I am fighting some sort of cold sinus infection dealio, so you can listen to me blow my nose, or we could just, edit that out, because we have the technology. And hopefully I have enough hot tea to make it through. Do it. So I missed last week because I went to my sister's second wedding reception. This meant that I had a decent amount of knitting time, though, it's been so crazy pants here. I may be low on the knitting content actually for quite some time. Hopefully nothing too crazy, but it seems plausible. So this is my Sizzle Pop, which is a Leslie Ann Robinson pattern that I am knitting out of Three Waters Farm, Rambouillet, and Quilter's Magic, and Blurple. And this is a very cool brioche project. Super squishy. I have the pattern memorized, so that's not too crazy, but sometimes it can be a little bit hard to recover. So I shoved it in my bag at some point, and some of the stitches came off the needles, and it ended up resulting in me pulling back, I don't know, the equivalent of one row of brioche? I don't know. I had to go back 2 lines of color in order to recover, but it wasn't too bad to recover once I sort of got down there. It's just super duper, it's much more challenging to write than other forms of lace or ribbing or that sort of thing. So it is coming along nicely again. I don't know how big it was before. It's still not quite a proper shawl size, but it's getting there. It's more kerchiefy right now. I haven't weighed it, or I don't remember weighing it if I did, so still seems like I have quite a bit of yarn left to go on this bad boy. So this got a little bit of love depending on the situation. What got more love was my sweater dress. Now that it is, now the daylight savings time's over, and it's dark, and quite suddenly it got cold, I want to knit all of the woolly sweaters, but I still have a linen sweater on the needles. So this is the mini dress by Caddy Melville Ledbetter, and it is from Mother Daughter Knits, so that's where my copy is. You can get this on Ravelry as a standalone pattern now. It is a intarsia dress that I'm knitting out of linen, and it goes to my knees. So isn't that cool? Or it nearly goes to my knees. We are getting closer to the end game, but not quite. And then I'm not entirely sure about the appropriate finish for this guy because it is so long. So I don't know if I need to seam it up all the way or not. So now that we're holding this here, I know I have a tape measure. There's all sorts of, this is like the land of lost tape measures. So we're talking probably 4 more inches left to go on this guy. Considering I think the last time I sort of did a check was 5, so not too shabby. So, I could start seaming up the side and sort of looking to see how it's going to turn out and where I sort of want that break to be, but I'm also unsure about what would end up happening because it is rolling quite a lot at this edge treatment. So I am unsure. What would it be? But it continues on. I really like to finish it off. It looks like I am going to have plenty of yarn to finish it off because it's really not too much more left to go. And it's been fairly straightforward to knit. So that's been good. So we're really, really close. And then a tremendous amount of end weaving is also in my future. That we're going to, I think I'm going to have to cut in editing instead of in now. Okie doke. So, getting much, much closer, but not yet there. And just all sorts of... Problem is, like, the crazy tangle of yarn. Having 5 balls going at once is a little bit insane. I don't even know where I want this to be exactly. Whatever. So, that's it on the knitting front. It's definitely looking much more positive for finishing the sweater soon. Especially if I could get some good knitting time, but... it's looking doubtful. Looking doubtful. So the other project that got a decent amount of love is my supported spindle project. So this is part of my Spin the Bin, and this is 1 ounce here of Hog Island fleece. So this is roving, and it has the most out of this world texture and consistency I've ever had. It sort of reminds me of what it reminds me the most of is not wool but styrofoam. Like if you squish like, you know, like that really like soft styrofoam, that sort of gives you a sense of what it's like to work with this. So it's so deep down. So this is the other ounce minus this little bit here. I was really hoping to finish off the first ounce last night, but I didn't make it. So this is my KCL Woodworks convertible spindle, and I'm almost entirely full up on this guy. I'm sure I could shimmy if I really need to, but it should be possible to finish this off. It shouldn't be too crazy. And then I can, what would it be, probably pull this shaft off, and then I will probably line this using an Ostapin, because it's very, very softly spun, so I am afraid that I would break it if I use my ball winder, so it will be a very manual process all the way to the end. So, considering that I learned how to do this last month, maybe we're a bit in the danger zone for finishing the bin. Who knows? It was nice because we ended up doing a lot of supported spindling at night last night. That was the only project my friend bought, so we just ended up doing a decent amount of that, which was nice. I probably still have much to learn, but I'm pretty happy with the yarn that I'm making, so that's cool. Yay! Interestingly enough, the project that hasn't gotten a ton of love is sitting here next to me. So this is the second half of my combo spin. In this case, I'm filling a bobbin entirely with this crazy, ridiculous, screaming blue. And I've been having a little bit of trouble, I think, keeping everything close enough together, so I'm drafting the way I like it to be, but it's not too crazy. But and then it ended up pulling off. So bring this in. So this is what I have so far at the moment. It seems like I have an awful lot left to spin on this guy, which isn't a big deal. It is lovely fiber to spin. I'm spinning it fairly fine, even though I'm not using the fast flyer. I'm just using the regular flyer. But such is life. So I haven't gotten a ton of love just because I haven't been home a lot recently. What would it be? It seems like I don't even know what happened this week, but I haven't been super duper well either, so. Oh well. But I did get at least a little bit spinning down on it today, so I know I've done at least a little bit in the last 2 weeks. So, that brings us to the last part. So I ended up scheduling in a little bit of meetup time as a part of my trip. So my family ended up leaving a little bit earlier in the afternoon, and I had a chance to meet up with one of my completely twisted and arbitrary peeps at Fiberspace in Alexandria, Virginia. So Fiberspace is like a half-mile walk away from the metro station. So it's super duper easy to visit, and it's like 2 stops away from the Reagan National Airport. So I ended up getting this skein of hazelnuts in the Piquant Light, and it is a 90% superwash merino, 10% nylon, 9-ply, and we had only noticed this after I was like showing my friend. It was like, whoa, this is crazy. So I don't often get my hands on hazelnuts. It's not something that I normally see in the shops around here, so I figured it'd be a good one. So they're based out of Seattle, and this is J Blue. So it is a blue with sort of like black undertones to it, so very nice. Obviously, totally a color I enjoy, but oddly one that I don't have what would it be? A skein of a mustache. So, I think I did end up getting hazelnuts at some point, but I ended up swapping or sending it as a gift for someone else. So I've possessed hazelnuts, but this is now looking way better for actually knitting with hazelnuts. So, that is that. Things are going to be exceedingly crazy pants for the next few months. I did not know about this 2 weeks ago. It's going to result in significantly less free time and significantly less knitting. I don't know if this means I'll be podcasting less, but it is going to be pretty nutso for a while. There's that. So as a result, we'll watch and see how things end up turning out. But oh my goodness, it's gonna be intense. So because of that, hopefully it won't be totally all there's no play all the time, but who knows. So one thing that I was excited about and forgot to mention was that, today I thought I was going to be busy all day and it turned out I wasn't. So I ended up finishing the violet shades of the medium gray. So I have now combed all of them and mixed them all up in the bag. And I have another third to go, which is sort of maroons and blacks and sort of like a forest green. But I decided that since things are going to be nutso, I'm going to wait to comb until later. So it's just the case where it's like getting a mess out of the living room. Normally, I like sit on the chair or the fireplace in order to comb, because I just want those combs nowhere near my couch. I don't care about this chair. This chair, I think we got for free. But when it comes to the couch, I'm going to be very far away from it. And because the combing is pretty time consuming, it was sort of like, you know what, I'm just going to put the combs away for a while, deal with that, sort of let me finish and focus on the projects I currently have going and call it good. But I will show you guys the maroon because it's pretty. That just doesn't look like the right thing at all. Isn't that interesting? Oh, that's so weird. That's so weird. Man, I don't think that the podcast, like, that is so weird. With having so many other colors look perfectly normal, it's so strange to be like, what's this? So this is all the waste I have so far. I'm just putting it into this nest bag, and I'm pretty sure that I can fit all of it in here because it's all very compact. Well, I guess I'm slowly but surely ripping the bag though. Whatever. So I will do like what I did on the first one, or maybe I'll end up waiting like a little bit longer. But I'll probably end up combing through all of the waste and combining it into a color. And then making a little neppy waist game to go along with the other one that I've made. And then I have like my sort of blues and turquoises over here. And then the plan is, I think, to make shades of blue for my whites at this point. So, I don't know which one's more heavy. I have more waist than I have actual top. I guess that would be fairly typical. But that's so weird how the maroon isn't showing up though. Like, it shows up fine there. So weird. So weird. But, oh well. So, that project's going on hold for a little bit until some of the craziness has abated. I'm not sure how long, like, how sustainable everything's gonna be, but whatever. My assumption is that I'm gonna have boyless knitting and spending time the next few months, so hopefully it's not too crazy, but what would it be? I am excited and terrified at the same time, so, and that's pretty much what I've been telling everyone, so. Okie doke. Sorry for the quick episode. Such is life. We'll see whether or not I can record next week. It should be okay. Easier than, I think, the week after, possibly. I don't think Thanksgiving will actually interrupt thinking about it, so I don't know. We'll play it by ear. So, with that, I hope you guys have a lovely week, and I look forward to talking to you guys soon. So, take care, guys. Bye-bye.